Welcome back to the studio, football fans. We are diving straight into the heat of La Liga, where the spotlight, as always, burns brightest on FC Barcelona. When you wear that crest, the margin for error isn't just slim, it is microscopic. And right now, after a sequence of results that has sent a shiver down the spine of the Camp Nou faithful, the narrative is shifting. It is no longer just about tactics, it is about character, it is about psychology, and most importantly, according to the man at the helm, Hansi Flick, it is about leadership. Let's set the scene. Barcelona is coming off a rough patch, a sequence of defeats. In the world of modern football, 2 losses can feel like a full-blown crisis. The noise from the outside is deafening. But what is happening on the inside? What is happening behind the closed doors of the Ciutat Esportiva? Hansi Flick has pulled back the curtain, just a little, to reveal a squad that is currently undergoing a massive internal audit. This isn't just about fixing a defensive line or tweaking a pressing trigger. This is about fixing the mind. Flick revealed that in the build-up to the critical clash against Levante, the preparation hasn't been business as usual. The training sessions have been punctuated by deep, extended conversations in the locker room. The coaching staff and the squad sat down, locked eyes, and dissected the errors of the last 2 matches. This wasn't a monologue, it was a reckoning. But here's the fascinating twist in Flick's management style. You might expect a manager, after a string of poor performances, to run his players into the ground, to punish them with intensity. Flick went the other way. He gave them 2 days off. That is a bold move. It's a psychological gamble. Flick stated clearly that after showing they weren't at their best, a physical and mental reset was more valuable than grinding on the pitch. He said, and I quote, "After 2 defeats, having 2 days off was very beneficial. Now the players are more rested, and that is important." He understands that when you lose and you don't play well, the most dangerous opponent isn't the next team on the schedule. It's self-doubt. Doubts creep in, legs get heavy, the mind gets cloudy. By clearing the schedule, Flick is trying to clear the static. He wants to recover their confidence, because without that swagger, the Barcelona system simply does not function. But let's get to the core of the issue. The analysis wasn't just about fatigue, it was about honesty. Flick emphasized that the team has been brutally honest during this process. They aren't hiding behind excuses. They know the level dropped. And this honesty is the foundation for what comes next. Flick is demanding a will to win that seemed to have evaporated in key moments recently. Look back at the match against Girona. Flick referenced this in his press conference. He noted that the first 15, maybe 20 minutes, they were excellent. The plan was working. But then, the rhythm vanished. The heartbeat of the team slowed down. Despite creating chances, they didn't capitalize, and they allowed the game to drift. Flick's assessment was scathing in its technicality. The Blaugranas, in his words, did not play with the dynamism and power of which they are capable. That word power is key. Barcelona has the technical grace, but do they have the power to impose their will for 90 minutes when things go wrong? This brings us to the headline of the day, the leadership vacuum. Hansi Flick admitted something that few managers of top clubs will say openly. The squad needs new leadership. He is actively searching for the voices that will carry this team forward. He indicated that the players must step up and take charge of new responsibilities. He is demanding better communication between the lines. Flick described his management style as interactive. He asks questions. He challenges them. He doesn't just want to move chess pieces. He wants the pieces to think for themselves. He said, "We need leaders. We always need to communicate on the same level. I want the players to assume responsibility." It is a call to arms for a young squad. He is looking for that player who can express thoughts, opinions, and organize the chaos when the manager's voice is drowned out by the crowd. However, and this is the crucial analytical point, Flick believes that the next great leader of Barcelona is still in development. He was candid. He admitted that perhaps right now they don't have that finished product, that ready-made general on the pitch, but he insists it is the duty of the collective to help that leader emerge. He is 100% confident in the squad, but he is challenging them to grow up and to do it fast. So, who is the chosen one? Who picks up the mantle? The script points in one very specific, very exciting direction. Pedri. The young midfielder has long been the heartbeat of the team's creativity, but Flick sees something more. He sees the future captaincy. It's not about being the loudest guy in the room. It's about quality. It's about authority on the ball. Flick singled him out, aligning with the sentiments of Spanish national team coach Luis de la Fuente, who has called Pedri the best in the world at his specific function. Flick's endorsement was glowing. He called Pedri a different type of leader. Think about that. We are used to leaders who scream, who tackle, who intimidate. Pedri leads with surgical precision. He leads by never hiding from the pass. Flick said he can be one of the leaders of the future of this club. That is a massive weight to place on young shoulders, but if anyone has the technical arrogance and the calm demeanor to carry it, it is Pedri. This transition won't happen overnight. We are watching a team in metamorphosis. They are transitioning from the old guard to a new era, and the growing pains are real. The defeats are part of the curriculum, but the message from Hansi Flick is clear. The vacation is over. The analysis is done. The rest period is finished. Now, against Levante and in every game that follows, they need to show that the honesty in the locker room translates to intensity on the grass. The fans demand it. The history of the club demands it. And now their manager is demanding it. They need dynamism. They need power. And above all, they need someone to stand up and say, "Follow me." Whether that is Pedri or a collective effort remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. Barcelona is at a crossroads, and the direction they take depends entirely on who decides to lead. We will be watching. The world will be watching. Don't blink.